Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Today we have a fabulous, absolutely wonderful artist with us. Monica creates custom puzzles from beautiful photographs. She's a professional photographer and a wonderful artist. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Linda. It's wonderful to be here.
I'm so excited to get started and talk about your product. How did you get started, and tell us a little about what you do?
Well, to start, I've always been into photography. I think it also stems from my grandfather. He is an artist. He paints, however, he would paint pictures of pictures he would take with his camera. And one of the first cameras I got was the one that he had given me. It was a 1988 Canon, which I still have today. And I've just always been into photography for such a long time, and people were always telling me that I should share my work with others. Yeah. And so finally, I've decided to go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. And I noticed that you take photographs of architectural pieces as well as photographs of beautiful outdoor scenery. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I love to travel. I love exploring, especially places, I guess, that people really aren't accustomed to exploring. I mean, besides like going to new cities and stuff like that, that's also wonderful. And so I just try to incorporate all of those things into my work, into my life experiences, I guess, and sharing that with others. So.
That is wonderful. I love your work. I really do. How long does it take you to create a piece of art, your puzzles?
Well, so the puzzle specifically, I had the puzzle made from different prints of mine. So I currently have 2 for sale up in the shop. And then what I've done is I've gone ahead and gotten appropriate size boxes that I've lined with felt so that the puzzles, the quality of the puzzle pieces stay intact for as long as possible. Mm-hmm. And so it took me a while. I bought boxes that I had to stain. Like I said, I had to line them. And so it was a whole process that went into, not just putting a picture on a puzzle, but, it's further than that. And it's a lot of love that has been put into them. So.
I know it. They are wonderful. Now, you don't only create your custom puzzles, you have photography. Now, when a person purchases some of your work, does it come already framed, or do we have to frame it?
So I ship them unframed. I ship them without a mat. And for that reason specifically, it's to give the buyer the preference of what they really want to do with it. I have seen people, especially here in Athens, with, I guess, a younger kind of clientele, a little more of that college young adult vibe. I've seen people take prints and just put them up on the wall with no frames, which I'm totally fine with. I'm totally fine with people expressing their sort of artistic intellect when it comes to my prints. So I also have the option of custom ordering if people want me to go ahead and select a frame I would think is appropriate for the specific print, I guess you would say.
Yes. That brings me to my next question.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at some of your pieces of work, and my house would be filled with it if my husband would only allow it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I have this coffee table that I'm trying to figure out what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
What type of paper do I receive when I purchase some of your work? Could I decoupage that on a table?
That's a very good question, but unfortunately, I think with the type of paper that I'm currently using, it's a little bit too thick to be decoupaged. It may be able to actually maybe be better sitting under a piece of glass on a coffee table like that.
Okay.
Because the quality of the paper, it's an acid-free archival paper that is supposed to last like 100 years. And like I said, it's pretty thick. If you imagine getting normal prints from, like, say, your local drugstore or something like that, and it would be a slightly thicker than that, as well as the texture on top on the actual print itself. So on the front side of the print, it's a little more of a, what we say, a linen texture. So it has that has a little bit of grooves to it, not noticeable from far away, but quality-wise, that's what I was trying to go for when I picked a company to get my prints from.
Okay, so it's best framed.
It is best framed. If you want to do the coffee table thing, which I think is a great idea, I would just maybe suggest, like, it's in a frame, put a piece of maybe glass on top of it.
Okay. Now, what sizes are your photographs?
Well, currently in the shop, I have a limited number of sizes available, and that's only because I don't want the buyers to feel overwhelmed. When people ask me about what kind of or what size print to get, I tell them if you're not really sure what size you want initially, to maybe go to a store and look at different frame sizes and see which one speaks to you the best. So I actually have some here. So right now I have, so I have a 5x7, which is this size. So that is, you're going to be your typical, I mean, slightly bigger than a print, than like a picture you know, when you send in film to a drugstore or something. That's usually a 4x6. So this is a 5x7.
Okay.
And then we can get, and again, this is all only the sizes I have on Etsy, but if anyone ever wants custom sizes, I am more than welcome to do custom sizes. I can pretty much get any picture.
Okay.
So this is next. This is an 8x12, and I did an 8x12 because an 8x10, which is typically more common, will crop my pictures. And sometimes I don't want my pictures cropped that much. It doesn't look as great. So I have the 8x12. You can still get an 8x12 print in stores, or I'm sorry, frame. That's not a hard frame to find.
Before you put that one away, is that the size of your custom puzzles?
Oh, actually, yeah. So the puzzles are going to be either 8x10 or 8x12, but I believe, yes, it's going to be just about this. The puzzles are 125 pieces, and it'll lay just like this, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And that is one of the two puzzles I have.
Oh,
and then I have.
Now, what is that a picture of?
The one I just held up?
Yes.
Okay, so this is actually downtown Athens. This picture was taken off of a parking deck one afternoon when a big thunderstorm was coming into town, and so it was pushing in, and the clouds were really cool. And so I went up there, and I know the glare. There we go. It just looked really cool, and I was like, I have to go take a picture of this.
Yes.
And it's just like, yeah, some of the more well-known buildings of the downtown Athens historic district.
Now that's Athens, Georgia.
Correct. Yes.
Now,
the only United States Athens you need to know, besides Athens, Greece, but Athens, Georgia.
There you go. Now, Monica, how much is a custom puzzle of that scene of downtown Athens?
Okay, so both of my puzzles right now are the same price. They're $25, which I think is a steal because they're only one of each. They're one of a kind pieces. Like I said earlier, I had to put a lot of work into not only getting the puzzle made, but everything else. So I have it pretty much if you want to gift it to somebody or if you just want to gift it to yourself. So yeah, they're $25.
Now, if I order those, one of the puzzles, can I have it shipped to a different address? Absolutely.
So I have that feature for all of my items in my shop. if someone wants to gift it and have it, you can either have it gift wrapped or not. But I always tend to ship my stuff out anyway, looking really nice. So even if you buy it for yourself, I want it to look like it's a gift for you as well. But I am more than welcome. I welcome orders that need to be shipped elsewhere. That's completely fine. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Monica, while you're on the show, do you have a brand new product that you'd like to introduce? Something secret that nobody knows about, or something extra special you've been working on that you can tell us about?
Yes. I'm so glad you asked. So I started with the prints initially, and end of last year, I put the puzzles up. One of the newest things I have that I recently found out about and was just so excited was putting my prints on metal, which I know sounds kind of odd at first, but the quality I think is just absolutely amazing. Some of my pictures I think really pop on these metal plates. So they're 1/16 inch thick aluminum plates. They tend to get a little bit heavy depending on what size you get. But those are my newest additions to the shop. So for example, this I have an 8x12. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna have to try to do this without the glare. That might work. Okay, this is a piece of metal. Like this is, so you can see the back.
Yes.
It already has hanging work, so you can already hang it. That's to put your, So,
yes.
There you go. So like I said, I think some of my pictures, right now I'm only offering a limited selection of my prints on metal, but I think that they are awesome. And I mean, yeah, they are just, it's super wonderful. This is an old Carney trailer I found. There is a little town outside of Tampa, Florida that used to be all about Carney folks and circus and this and that. And so we went and traveled and came up across this little trailer and was like, this is so cool. So, yeah.
Oh, Monica, that
I know.
Beautiful.
I know. I'm like you. I have, so even though it's right next to me, I have all of my art like around my house too. And I mean, I have my orders are made to order. So I go ahead and order it when you order it. But I just had to go ahead and like get some just so I can enjoy it.
That is beautiful. So, and that is so necessary, because I have friends who work in cubicles.
I know.
And they have a tiny desk, and usually they have those tall metal file cabinets right beside their desk. And what a marvelous way to decorate their office. Oh, Monica, I'm so...
My mom actually did that too, because my mom did... Yeah, my mom actually got the same size I just held up. Those aren't as heavy. That's an 8x12, so it's fairly light. It doesn't need like a lot of support to hold it. So yeah, something like, your office space or a little little nook in your house or something like it. Yeah, I just think it's very fitting. Larger pieces like this. This is actually a piece that this is one of my pictures too. This one's not. This is for, that's definitely not. But this one is a canvas. It's a 16x20. And so I do those too. But I think that, just what you were saying about the metal work, it's really, I thought that was a great other option to have.
And the young people now have those tiny houses that are made out of those metal containers. What a wonderful way to have an original piece of art in your tiny house.
Yes. And then here in Athens, with a lot of historic buildings, there are some codes that you can't punch holes in the wall or like just any sort. You can't even put a nail to hang a piece of work. So I think, those are light. They're light like canvases, but That's obviously smaller than a bigger
Oh,
canvas, but I think that, yeah, that they can go anywhere. And
oh, Monica, thank you for sharing that with us today. Now, look, where can we get your pieces?
Oh, well, obviously you have to go to my Etsy shop. My name is MonicaLeavell, and so you can find me up on there. The Etsy shop is MonicaLeavellPhoto, and I'm, looking forward to having everyone check out my work. Like I said, I always take custom orders, so feel free if anyone ever wants to message me. I'm more than welcome for discussing new projects I can take on. So.
Oh, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah.
I have really enjoyed this interview. I thank you for sharing your new project with us, and your work is absolutely fabulous. You used a term that I'm going to use. Tell me what you said. You said it's super what? You just used it.
Which one?
You were showing us
super duper fabulous,
and you said this is super. Did you say super fabulous or super something?
Probably. I use a lot of adjectives, honey. I'm always, when it comes to like talking about my work, I get pretty ecstatic. So I could say a lot of things. You might have to go back and look at the recording. So feel free to use that one though. Yeah.
It's contagious because I am just as excited about your pieces. Your work is absolutely wonderful and extremely necessary. I'd like to encourage you to keep on going with it. Now, one more time, tell us where we can get your product.
It's MonicaLeavellPhoto on Etsy. Last name is spelled Leavell, MonicaLeavellPhoto. And yeah.
Thank you, Monica. And I look forward to our next interview before the year is out. You have a blessed day. And everybody remember, for the best, it's just gotta be handmade. Have a blessed day.